The Wooden Wheel Adventures of Thomas the Tank Engine, Episode 29, The Trouble with George. One day, James was sent to collect George the steamroller. George had to help make a new road leading to Brenham Docks. Quite expectedly, George was being very rude. George grumbled and shouted all the way to the docks. "Bumpy ride on rotten rails," he said. "I'm glad, Silver." "So am I," said James. "Pah," said George, and he went off to work. Nearby, James could see the harbor master and some workmen expecting some buffers and a siding at the docks. "These buffers are old and about to break," said the dockmaster. "We'll have to take them apart and put in some new ones." James set off to his other jobs. He did his best to not look at George as he left. James then arrived at Wellsford Station, where Hank was dropping off the slip coaches for Oliver. "What's wrong, James?" asked Hank. "It's George the steamroller," said James. "He's so bossy and rude." "Just ignore him," said Hank, and the two engines puffed away to finish their work. Later that day, James and Hank had to deliver a goods train to Brenham Docks. As soon as the last crate was loaded, Hank and James set off. The two engines soon arrived at Brenham. George, however, had known they were coming and saw a chance for mischief. As Hank came around the bend, George went onto the track. Hank screeched on his brakes, but James kept pushing. The force of the two engines was so much that the fuel tanker behind Hank came off the rails and rolled right on to the other line. The dock manager was very cross. "George," he said, "what is the meaning of this?" "Whoops," said George. "Sorry, I didn't know they were coming." "You knew darn well we were coming," said Hank. "That's why you went onto the track. You wanted to cause an accident, and now you have." Just then Duck rushed up. "Guys," he said, "we've got a problem. Oliver's going to be coming in with the slip coaches on that line. We need to get that fuel tanker off the track." Cranky tried to pick up the fuel tanker, but he couldn't get a hold of it. "Bother," he said, "I can't pick it up." The engines could hear Oliver's whistle in the distance. James was beginning to panic. "What do we do? What do we do?" he said. "There's only one thing we can do," said Hank. "Switch Oliver onto the siding." "No," said the dockmaster. "The buffers are too old. They'll break, and Oliver and his passengers will fall into the sea." "It's a risk we'll have to take," said Hank. "We can't have the dockside get blown up." The dockmaster quickly switched the points to the siding. At that moment, Oliver came speeding in. As he did so, he saw the accident. "Brakes! Brakes!" he cried. Oliver's brakes came screeching on. But it wasn't enough. He slid into the siding and bumped into the buffers. Miraculously, the buffers stopped Oliver and did not break. Sir Tom had soon arrived, and the dockmaster told him everything. "Well, George," said Tom Had, "I am very disappointed in you. I can't believe that you would go as far as to try to blow up the dockside. I'll be putting you out of service for the next 3 weeks. 3 weeks?" said George. "But who will do my work when I'm needed?" "Buster the steamroller will take care of that," said Sir Tom Had. So George was put in a field by Elsbridge Station. His driver was sent to find other work, and George could only think of the things he had done recently. And the other engines were very happy while he was out of service. Why? Because George is a big troublemaker. George the steamroller? Why, yes, that is me. What do you want? I would like you to come with me. We have some things we need to attend to. Why would you want to come to me? Someone, a certain someone, is offering you the opportunity of a lifetime. He just wants to know if you're interested. What if I say no? Then I just leave you here. Who knows? The Tom Hack could eventually forget about you, and you'll just stay here to rust away to nothing. Then you'll be the one scrapped, not the engines. Alright then. I guess I could join in. But would you mind telling me who you are? I can't seem to recognize your voice or tell who you are from inside the tunnel. You can just call me Stafford.